Hello, hi. We're heading on to the middle of December about now, and I'm out here today. Fairly nice day out today, middle of December, just about the middle of December, and I'm out here in one of the raised beds doing a little bit of cleanup. In my hand here, I have stems from some dill and cosmos, which are a much thicker stem, but they both have something in common. They have very, very large hollow cavities on the inside of these stems. So you can see you have a hollow cavity there. And one of the reasons you may want to leave some of these out in your landscape over winter is because this creates an opportunity for some solitary bees to come along and plant their eggs, nest their eggs inside these tubes. Well, we want to give them a little bit of an extra advantage. So I'm going to collect these now and prepare them so they can be used in bee houses next year, where we can have a lot more bees take advantage of these wonderful little nesting areas inside here. We'll put up special shelters for them as well. That's not what we're going to do today. Today we're just going to get these picked up and put to the side so they won't go to waste. And we're going to focus on this right here. This is fennel seed. So these fennel plants have grown up. They've made these huge stalks here, which I'm going to go ahead and trim off down here at the base. If they've done flowering and producing seed, and we try to be very careful not to lose any of that. Now, if we allow them to, these stalks are going to dry out and produce those hollow tubes just like the dill did. Fennel is a perennial plant, short-lived, grows from zones 4 through 9. Of course, it contains anthero in the seed and in the greens in the foliage. So these little feathery bits here contain anthero, which is found in anise. Oh, this is the seasoning that makes licorice, and it also is what makes Italian sausage taste so yummy. And here in the winter, whenever it's just touched by a little bit of frost, these, especially whenever the foliage is fresh and new, it can taste just a little bit sweet. Down here at the base, we've got this, they call it a bulb. It's not really a bulb, but we have these soft, tender, fleshy bits right here. These are often used for cooking. So you've cut up this bit here at the base and cook with this part here. Some fennel are bred specifically to have very large, thick bulbs or bases. This has a texture similar to celery, but of course it has that sweet anise flavor from the antherol, but it has a tendency to lose that when it gets cooked. So aside from a flavorful garnish for salads or grilled meats, particularly pork dishes, and a tasty addition to your stir fry, what else is fennel good for? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. The taproot that connects to these bases is very, very deep. It goes down at least 2, perhaps even 3 feet, making a great pump for minerals from the subsoil and great for relieving compaction. But also, this particular plant, which, I mean, even at this time of year smells absolutely divine, produces these flowers. Have a look at the structure. So whenever this is in bloom, we have delicate umbral flowers. Each one of them is responsible for production of one of these seeds here. And these tiny little flowers provide a source of nectar for a lot of your important small pollinators, including hoverflies, which, as we know, are parasitic on a lot of insects that are pests in the garden. So having fennel around, a perennial plant that will start to bloom usually in year 2 of its life cycle, is an excellent way to make sure that you've got food for those pollinators and food for those pest control insects that you want to attract to your garden. And of course, after a year or 2 of having your plants established in your garden, you can begin harvesting the seeds as well and keeping the seeds for culinary purposes. These first couple of years, of growing fennel, I'm just going to save my seeds and spread them around the garden, so I have a lot of plants and a lot of seeds and a lot of plants that are well established so I can get seeds from them year after year after year. And as I mentioned, they're a short-lived perennial, so they're only going to be doing this for a few years, maybe 4 or 5 years tops, and then they're going to need to be replaced by a new fennel plant that's going to move in and do the same thing for the environment. Create a nice deep taproot, alleviate soil compaction, bring those minerals up from the subsoil, be a habitat for overwintering insects, and of course a source of food for parasitic flies, hoverflies, and other small pollinators that like to enjoy those small delicate flowers. It looks like we're getting ready to get the change in the weather here. I'm going to go ahead and pack this up, get inside, throw a couple logs on the fire, and we'll see you later on this week. That's all I've got for you today. I hope you found today's video informative or entertaining. If you did, you know what to do. I'll catch you next time. Until then, get out there and get good.